Now, I want to talk about the US debt and the deficit that we're in. And when it comes to the deficit, we usually talk about in terms of trillions. And trillions is such a large number that we don't really grasp how much $1 trillion really is because none of us makes $1 trillion. So when we talk about the government brings in $5 trillion in revenue, but they spend 6.5 trillion, it's kind of hard to really understand that from a regular person's point of view. So I want to scale it down and I want to talk about it as I'm a person making $100,000, right? So equivalent to how the US spends money, this is how me as a regular person will spend kind of like equivalent to what the US is doing. So let's say I make $100,000. I'm actually spending $130,000 of expenses. So I bring in 100,000, but I spend $130,000. So my deficit, meaning that the debt I go into every year is $30,000. And over the years, because I'm spending way more than I actually bring in, I'm now in $680,000 of debt, of credit card debt. $680,000 credit card debt. My income's $100,000 a year. Okay, so that's hopefully you could grasp, okay, how serious our debt actually is. And that $30,000 I'm overspending on, 20,000 is actually going to interest alone to cover my $680,000 debt. So in this example, I'm actually not even paying my principal balance down. I'm just paying the interest portion only. So you might be saying, okay, well, why are you spending $130,000 if you're only making $100,000? Well, I got health care I need to pay. So I gotta pay for my parents. Maybe I'm supporting my parents. I have kids, I have their medical costs. And then I really believe in security. Like I want to protect everything that I have in my home. So I spend a lot of money on my security system. I give a lot to donations. So I'll give away to various organizations, even to my neighbors, just to give them money because I think they need help. And then of course I have my interest that I have to pay on the debt that I'm in. And then I have my own health problems and I gotta pay for my own health care. And then there's things in the past that I have to pay for, like my student loan interest or my student loan payments that I need to pay off. I have a leaky roof. I have house repairs I need to pay for. I have Netflix subscriptions and Prime membership I want to pay for. And there's all these other things. I want to go on vacation. So all these add up to $130,000. And that's what I'm spending all my money on. So what is it that I making $100,000 need to do to kind of pay down my debt? I either need to reduce my spending. So maybe I don't pay for my neighbors, if I feel bad for my neighbor, I don't pay for anything that they need help on. Maybe I have to reduce the amount I spend on my health care, or I don't fix my leaky roof. I just let it keep on leaking. There's things that I need to cut in order to make sure I'm spending less than what I could actually bring in. Or I could ask for a raise. I could just say, hey, give me a raise. $100,000 is not enough for me because I want to continue spending $130,000. So give me a $30,000 raise so I can at least break even. But that's only just to break even. If I wanted to actually pay down my debt, I really need to ask for $200,000 salary, because if I'm spending $130,000, I need that $70,000 to help pay down my debt slowly, my $680,000 debt slowly. So is that possible? I don't know. Well, that's the problem that the US is in right now.